I think the biggest thing that the camp's done for us, for our operation, our family, is made us think outside the box, made us aware that there's a whole lot more things that we could be doing that maybe is out of our comfort zone a little bit, or hasn't been what we've been always done.
Yeah, I agree. We
you know, the thing I like about what Randy puts in front of us, we don't have to do all this stuff. He encourages us to try different things, and then to check them.
Yeah.
I love his saying, "Trust but verify."
Yeah.
So let's try some of these things and compare them to how we've always done it.
Yeah.
And if it works, the proof's in the pudding, not just what he's telling us.
Now,
no, Randy hasn't sold me anything. Randy, I haven't bought anything from Randy.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's even give us a brand name of anything to use other than just using an example. So
yeah.
No, I don't. He's definitely not pushing product.
Yeah. I mean, some of the.
I just think, if nothing else, he's brought our awareness level up, and tissue sampling every week. If we can achieve the yields we've been doing by not doing any extra or really paying attention like we should be,
yeah.
I've got to think that we can do way better just doing some basics,
yeah.
Without adding a bunch of product or changing our practices.
Yeah.
A bunch. I just looking at tissue samples and reacting off of that
has helped,
is going to help or make us aware anyway.
And some of these guys are pretty amazed by thinking that their crop looks absolutely fantastic, and then they get their tissue sample and go, "What's wrong with
it?" That's exactly right. We've never tissue sampled this much ever, and it's very interesting to watch. And then we wouldn't have done some of this other stuff if we wouldn't be looking at tissue samples. And we blame it on Mother Nature. We need a rain, or we got a little too much rain.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't change our levels in the plant any, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we're keeping our nitrogen levels high, according to our tissue sample. Or not high, they're good. I don't think we would have made some of our extra nitrogen applications if we wouldn't have been studying tissue samples. And so that's probably the biggest thing I see now. We're end of July here. We're not seeing any firing. Our nitrogen levels are good.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be a yield limiting factor for us this year. So I think that awareness has helped us on at least on our N levels in the corn. Yeah, we had a bad weekend, and the corn was flat on the ground, and it was throw your hands up, and
it looked bad.
And we're not going to put any more money in it.
Yeah.
I think his comment was you're not going to give up on the crop at this point.
Yeah.
So we followed those recommendations.
Corn looks pretty good now.
Corn looks very good.
Yeah.
Most of it stood up. We had very little green snap. We've got some sled runners. It's going to be a challenge at harvest, but we got it fungicided. Did a few other things early, right after that happened, and things look good. So I'm thankful for those recommendations.
Yeah. And
so I'll be honest. I was very overwhelmed the first couple of meetings, and if it wouldn't be a total family effort for us, which is another plus to this whole program for us. This has opened up a lot of communication channels in our family and our operation. It is overwhelming, and there's a lot to do, but it's all necessary. Yeah. And if you keep up with this stuff and keep doing stuff as as the plan goes,
Yeah.
it's not overwhelming at all now. It's very simple.
You guys have got a machine. I mean, you guys got it down to where you guys got a system of certain people taking care of certain things, and it just makes it very easy.
It is. Everybody's pulling a little bit of weight, and it's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited about it. You know, when you get used to operating in our own system, you know, you see what your neighbors do and don't do, but really don't pay attention. When we went to the fields and started looking, and he asked, what you do here, what
He picks you apart.
it does, and that's fine. I
Yeah.
like that, but you can also see specifically what other guys are doing,
Yeah.
which may be working better than what you're doing, or vice versa.
Yeah.
I like that. That's probably my favorite part so far, because we can see right out in the field what somebody's done and whether that's working or not.
You bet.
As far as farming practices or what we've done, you know, operational wise.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely, dude. Just for the fact that there's more data to collect. The
Yes.
more data we've got, the better decisions we can make.
Yeah.
The more the better, in my opinion.
The way a lot of the guys are sitting there saying, when I got 50 farmers in the group, it's like 50 years of farming in one.
Absolutely. We'll have 50 years of data
In 1 year.
in 1 year. So I've used climate. When that first come along, I thought that was great, and I do like it as far as a way to collect my data.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with recommendations, stuff like that, from climate, just because they don't have as much information
And tissue.
and tissue samples like we're putting into the YMS.
Yeah.
And it's way more specific to our operation, and so I'll trust those recommendations more than what I'm getting off of climate.
Yeah, and the thing is it's real time and live.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
right there.
every week, and it's
there.
right out of our fields, and so yeah, I don't think there's much comparison there.
Yeah. Would you hesitate ever to come into this program?
No, I wouldn't hesitate a bit. I wouldn't hesitate a bit. I am. At first, it was overwhelming, but you let it absorb a little bit. You just the meetings are handled. They're structured good for farmers.
Yeah.
And you just pay attention and you keep up on it. You get behind, it's overwhelming, but I wouldn't hesitate a second.
Yeah. Yeah.